Good morning, everyone, and welcome in to the three-digit World Cup semifinals. We are here this morning with our last winner's bracket matchup of the weekend and our second to last match overall here in semis. It's France versus Hong Kong this morning. My name is Dio, and I'm going to be joined by nautzz. Good morning, nautzz.
Good morning. How are you?
Very tired, and slightly hungover after a long night, but we are here anyway, 10 in the morning over here for what should be a very, very good matchup between these two teams.
Absolutely. I expect great things. Taking a glance at like the quarterfinal statistics, I feel like I saw France kind of beat out Hong Kong team score wise on the few maps I looked at, but I don't know. I feel like Hong Kong just always turns it up. They just always show up in some regard. Have to expect them to put up a good showing, even against very formidable opponents such as France.
Yeah, I think one thing that makes this matchup really interesting is that both of these teams are probably going to prefer similar types of maps. You think of a lot of the players on the French team, and you think either like hidden specialists or reading specialists, or you think hard rock specialists, right? And
yep.
The thing for the Hong Kong roster is that most of them are very good at those types of things also, right? So you're likely looking at comfort bans. You see a double speed ban from Hong Kong because they just don't want to deal with that during this matchup. But then France, for example, banning double time 1 and hard rock 2. So banning some of the aim and double time and then gimmicky hard rock stuff, which you expect players like Heathkill and Vroom to do very, very well on something like that, likely scared of some of the other players on the side of Hong Kong.
Yeah, I think it really is. Both teams just cover stuff so well and are rather similar that it's just going to come down to the particulars of each map and degree of comfort. So I don't know. It's the kind of thing where it'd be very helpful, very informative to have a listen in on respective teams' VCs or something to hear their reasoning behind each ban. Likely boils down to one or two players' discomfort more than any perceived strength in the other team. In a lot of cases, I feel like DT1 though I feel like is a very strong ban from France. Have an inkling that Hong Kong is just that bit more consistent.
Yeah, I tend to agree on the aim maps in particular. They are very, very strong. Especially players like Dragbit3 and MCY4 are just ridiculously good at that type of stuff. But yeah, we are getting into our first pick. It is Hidden 3 picked up by France as the first pick in this matchup. This is a really, really tricky low approach rate map. I'm sure you took some time to practice this one during the week, so why don't you tell us about this map, because this was a point of interest yesterday, shall we say.
Yeah, actually I didn't take that long because I was already familiar with the map, but I think that to boil it down to like two words, it would be wonky rhythm. Like it's just it just throws like 1/6 bursts at you, odd numbered stuff, little change ups, offbeat stuff, little weird snaps on in places where you might not expect them to be rhythmically. Like it's I don't know. I do feel like if you just get into the flow of the map and listen real careful to the song, you ought to not struggle too badly with it. I like this pick for France.
We've seen an early break for both MCY4 and Musty on either side. Not going to matter too much, I don't think. An extra break from Thunder does put a lot of pressure on Ekoro to keep this full combo. Hibiki now dropping in turn for Hong Kong. So it's just Dragbit3 and Ekoro, arguably the two best low approach rate reading players on either team, still holding on to the full combos at this point. Do not mention the accuracy.
I'm so tempted.
No.
I mean, it's a...
Don't even.
Given...
Ah, okay, there it is. Never mind.
given the caliber of player, given who Ikoro is, oh my god! I was actually not expecting him to break though.
Yeah, definitely not. It drops the SS and then drops the full combo right afterwards. Dragbit 3, though, still holding for Hong Kong at the moment. And not as good of accuracy, sure, but the full combo is there still for Dragbit 3. And these extra breaks coming through for MCY4 and Hibiki are really, I don't think, going to matter too much with the full combo still intact. Thunder finding a drop as well, so no supporting combo on Ikoro either. And this is just going to roll over to Hong Kong's side. Okay, maybe not, actually, with that break. He does finally drop. I believe Ikoro has enough combo.
No way! I think HK is eventually going to take it anyways with Ikoro breaking at the very end on a knife's edge.
And it looked so good for France as well during the end of that map, right after Dragbit 3's break, but the chain miss from France all at the same time just completely destroyed the scoreline for them and brought it right back over to Hong Kong. You can see the average accuracy for both teams really dependent almost entirely on the high-scoring player for each team. It's a really, really tough map.
What a hero play from Dragbit 3.
Yeah, no kidding.
Just single-handedly, even with Hibiki struggling so badly on the map, somehow, some way. I'm a bit surprised at just how low the lowest scores here went, though. Seeing someone below 200k on this is kind of surprising, in spite of the fact that, like, clearly it is hard. It's a tough map, especially to be consistent on, but still rather surprising.
We're going to be getting something kind of similar, I suppose, to the Hidden 3 here. Another finger control focus pick in Double Time 4. Kind of the opposite, or I guess foil to Hidden 3, right? Hidden 3 is finger control and wacky ult stuff at low approach rate. This is the same kind of thing, but at high approach rate. A little bit higher BPM also. 217.5 is the actual BPM for this map after DP. So you're looking a lot at just sort of 220-ish finger control for a lot of these players, plus the AR 10.1. I think this is a lot less gimmicky than some of the other DT4 picks we've had throughout this tournament, and so maybe a little bit more consistent for a lot of teams who do tend to pick into that type of DT finger control slot.
Yeah, I feel like it's also, in contrast to Hidden 3, there's less like change-ups. As much as it is, you know, finger control and everything, it's the kind of thing where you can much easier get into a groove with it, especially when it isn't low AR, which also contributes to the difficulty of Hidden 3, but don't know what to think about this pick. I feel like both teams ought to be pretty damn solid on this. Doesn't scream HK advantage to me.
Yeah, maybe. I think both of these teams are probably going to have like a gentleman's agreement for a little bit to just go into some of the gimmicky stuff out of the gate. Since I think that's the type of stuff they both like anyway. We do see Vroom and Besta coming in for this alongside Ikoro on the side of France. Nazar and MCY4 still in with Dragbit 3 for Hong Kong also. Nazar making the first appearance this match so far. But MCY4 and Dragbit 3 I think you're going to see in for basically every map for Hong Kong. Not really a surprise to see them there, whereas I think France's roster, you're going to see a lot more variability. But to your point, yeah, this is it's not a pick that instantly screams Hong Kong, given the players on France's side as well, but I think this is just the type of stuff that both teams kind of want to pick, and so we're likely going to see a lot of it until we get a major change up. This early breakpoint on the side of France might have them picking into, for example, the streams later on in this match, stuff like the Nomad 2, especially with these early breaks now from Ikoro and Besta. At this point, this is a major combo advantage to Hong Kong. Dragbit 3 does find a miss right at the end of the KI there. So it is only a 1 full combo advantage, but still big lead for Hong Kong in the combo.
I was thinking I would rather almost seen HK just go for aim immediately, but this is working out so far. See, I believe Nezar hasn't really shown any significant performances earlier on in the tournament. We'll see if he's gotten back into his groove.
Yeah, I think a lot of people kind of expected him to perform a little bit like this, where there's, you know, maybe a bit of a lead-in time to where he really feels super comfortable again, because it's been a long time for him. You know, several months, better part of a year, I think, since he's last played a tournament, at least. So, seeing him come in here and put up this score, even if he breaks at this point, this is still a really fantastic score, and is going to be more than enough to take the lead for Hong Kong and keep this point on their side 2-0 for the start of this match. And now at this point, right, we were talking about, oh, well, these gimmick picks don't really feel super one-sided toward either team. Now we might see some of the other picks, right, where Hong Kong kind of wants to pick aim, France kind of wants to pick streams. We go into that sort of pick strategy for either team.
Yeah. I mean, wow, it's
a very good team
that's an insane team performance from HK. That's crazy. Seriously, 2 FCs and just the 1 slider break from Dragbit 3. That's practically unbeatable. 3 100s from MCY4. What on earth?
Yeah, that is a absolutely crazy team score. Not much else to say about that besides if it didn't look super Hong Kong favored on paper, you're going to bet it looks favored to them on paper from now on through the rest of the tournament.
Yeah, I mean,
you find any finger control DT maps, and I think it's just Hong Kong's playground.
Is DT2 open?
DT2 is open.
Oh, I mean,
and I mean that's basically the same map,
DT2.
right? Like you just have to pick that.
Yeah, you have to pick DT2. That's so good for Hong Kong.
It really
I feel like
it really is. If you're France right now, you are shaking in your boots a little bit about that double time 2 pick and sending people into solo to practice while you go on to your next pick.
This might just be 2-0, but it isn't 2-0. Like it's, you know, as things stand right now, I feel like it might as well be 3-0 already or something.
Yeah.
Like it's. That's ridiculous.
It's just a matter of course until they take that point. And if I were Hong Kong, I would just save double time 2 until we are at match point and then pick it, right? Like I would not even bother picking it next. I would save it because you know exactly how that map is going to go for you.
Yeah.
So just wait until you're at match point and crush them with it at the end. Because that performance was incredible on double time 4.
Maybe it pushes things just a little bit too far over the edge for one of the players. Strain-wise, because DT2 is a lot more straining. But I don't know. I mean, one has to imagine still that's very...
One has to think they are still very good at that pick.
How
similar
very
those 2 picks are this weekend.
Yep.
All right, we are going to get something streamy for France. Maybe not the Nomad 2 that we were thinking of between the two of us, but... it is going to be a relatively streamy map anyway in Fremod 1. Apparently they have picked well after the timer, however. Not sure whether we are going to allow them to take the pick or not. That is ref discretion at this point, whether to completely follow the timers or just let them have the pick. All right, so we are going to get this pick out for France. Yeah. Very cool. This is why you send screenshots when you're in match, kids. Make sure that you let the ref know you sent it before the timer, I swear, guys. And you will get your pick. Going to be picked by France for Fremod 1 here. This is Helia's Extra Koi of some really long Japanese song name that I'm not going to try to pronounce at this particular moment. very, very flames heavy, wiggly stream, accel, decel, pattern aim stream, sort of screwed up stream map here at 160 BPM. This is like Setia alt maps on steroids, basically, is what this is. I mean, there's just crazy, crazy stream patterns all over the place in this map. But the metadata really favors, I think, it being in a free mod pool. Maybe a little bit hidden favored on this map, given that it's AR 9.7, but still completely doable hard rock.
I don't feel about this pick because it feels like it's kind of in the same vein as Hidden 3 almost. I don't feel like anything really changed pick strategy-wise there. Hopefully this one works out a bit better. The double hidden from HK.
And one hidden, one hard rock for France. The double hidden is legal, by the way, under the tournament rules for Hong Kong. They are allowed to just go double hidden. France could have gone double hidden or double hard rock if they had so wished, but are going to go with two separate mods. Hibiki with an early miss on the hidden, a little bit lower accuracy for France at the moment. Thunder, I think, missing like the very first node of the map or something, or dropping a bunch of 50s. I can't tell exactly. Akoro missing on the no mod is actually a pretty big deal here. You expect your no mod player to really perform on this kind of map. We'll see if that impacts
when it's Akoro.
Yeah.
That's... Room breaking on the HR as well. Thunder breaks the combo as well. Really not a good start to this for France, with Dragba 3 still holding.
Yeah, we do see Hibiki and MCY4 drop their combos as well, but with Dragba 3 holding this full combo, we're going to have to see some repeated breaks from the rest of Hong Kong for this combo to matter for France. And there goes Akoro once again, just not having a good time during this match for Akoro. I mean, if you've watched tournaments before in Open Rank, you've probably seen this guy pop off more than once, and this is definitely not looking like one of his better performances, unfortunately, for him at the moment. That is going to bring the combo lead squarely over to the side of Hong Kong, with now Dragba 3 just 300 combo up on Vroom, and no other combo remaining for France with that miss from Thunder.
Vroom and Akoro break again. And with MCY4 with the supporting combo to Dragba 3, it does break, but it's already about a 300k lead. 2/3 or so of the way through the map, and this might just already be over.
This was just... you kind of said earlier, we weren't sure how this pick was going to go for France, but this just does not look pretty for them on this map. I mean, really, really tough score to put up in this match. 460k for MCY4, but almost the full combo now for Dragba 3. It just seems like a matter of course at this point. 400,000 score up for Hong Kong because of it. And unfortunately for them, I think expecting Akoro to do a lot better on this pick, but him just not having a solid match at the moment and unable to put up a similar score as Dragba 3.
Yeah, I just don't feel like this was the play to go for. Given what happened on Hidden 3, I don't think it was a good idea to pick into something where you were really relying on Akoro's performance, and here he actually ends up bottom scoring for France. Not having a good time.
Yeah, definitely not having a good time. You really want your no mod player to do well on that map. It is objectively the easiest way to play the map. So I'm unfortunate for Ekoro that this is the way that this match is going. I think France really at this point kind of wants to pick into some hard rock stuff and give their other players like Hitkill and Vroom a chance to really shine.
Yeah,
You haven't seen them
absolutely.
come in at this point. I think it's a really, really good idea to just switch things up, get Ekoro out of the lobby, give him some time to practice in solo, and let your other carry players on the, kind of other half of your skill set chart really, really pop off.
Instant hidden 2-pick. I
Yeah.
think that there's blood in the water, and Hong Kong is onto it.
Yeah, this is a shark pick right here.
Yeah.
This is like you kind of said it right. They smell the prey. They hear the flapping around in the water on that last pick, and they are going for blood on this hidden 2 because this is the same type of map as Fremod 1. In case you couldn't tell by the way we were talking about the pick and basing it off the last map.
Well, I do think it's quite different in a lot of ways. It's more the fact that, for me, it's like forcing a Koro to keep playing after a rather demoralizing, presumably, performance on Fremod 1, I think is just generally a good idea. And it does fall into the box of flowing, nonetheless. So very likely a good idea.
Yeah, I mean, I'm obviously it's not the exact same type of Floame. That's not exactly what I meant by, it's the same type of map as Fremod 1. But they're both Floame picks. They're both right around the same BPM. This one definitely gets more of its difficulty strain from spacing rather than from cornering and wiggles and weird stream shapes. But it's still in, like you said, in the same box, right? So, unfortunately for France, they're going to be trying to put up the same type of performance here on a map that they just got completely trounced on by Hong Kong, and this is looking like a very, very good match for Hong Kong, and just not a good match on the day for France. These 3 players in particular, I think you want to take out for France. You want to put in basically the entire other half of your roster in Vroom, Hitkill, and Vesta, and just have them do really well on something like the Hard Rock 3, for example, where they are very, very good players. I think the tough part about that is that there is, there are a lot of really good aim players on Hong Kong, but at this point you have to take a couple of risks in your picks, right? Unless you go for something like the Nomad 2, where, okay, maybe they have the advantage there, but I
feel like whatever it is they need a change up.
Yeah.
They really need to take a risk and do something different. Also, Bears mentioned that, kind of was implied, but I think you said earlier, but just Musty didn't look good on Hidden 3 either. I think 200, like low 200k, really not what you want to be seeing from him either, so looking like a decent start to this map for France though, but it is all going to come down to the Kiai most likely, where it's a pretty significant increase in spacing, and Ekoro finds an early break on air. Lead goes over to HK, but it stays close.
It is extremely close right now, yeah. Basically, only the dropped combo for Ekoro is having any impact on the score at the moment. Dragbit 3 finding that early break is going to keep it a little bit closer than it otherwise would be, but it is still going to find its way, the score lead, over toward Hong Kong, all things held equal. But this section right here, where the spacing picks up, claims 3 combos immediately, 2 of them on the side of France, and it is only Musty now left to hold against MCY4, and they both break at the same time alongside Dragbit 3, so that accumulated score lead for Hong Kong is just going to stay there. Nothing really that France can do about it, with no combo on anybody at all. This is about 100k, excuse me, not 100,000k, 100k score lead. Probably just going to accompany Hong Kong until the end of the map.
Yeah. There's not enough map. It's, yep. Another point for Hong Kong, 4-0.
I mean, part of it is that Hong Kong is looking really, really good right now, and part of it is that, unfortunately, France just seems to not be able to find their footing in this match. Some of the maps that they have picked in particular have been a little bit rough for some of their players. Clearly, some of them, and Koro the foremost example, but clearly some of their players are not having very good matches at the moment, and that does impact the mental when you are playing in a matchup like this. This is winners bracket semifinals. Both teams know they are top 3 if you win this match, right? So you want to perform, and that mental pressure alongside just not playing at your best really can take a mental toll on any player. So I'm hoping that we see them bounce back and get a really solid pick in here. I was not expecting double time 2, however, to be picked up by France.
What is this?
That is a rather interesting pick. It is a rather interesting pick. They must know something about how this map plays more than us. Maybe it was the high approach rate on the last one. Maybe it's the fact that this one is a little bit streamier. The finger control in this limited largely to double spam. I don't know exactly what it is. We saw them. The reason why both nautzz and I are so surprised about this pick, for any new viewers who have just joined in, is that Hong Kong absolutely trounced France on double time 4 earlier on in this match. It was not close at all. They had a very, very good run on that map, and it was sort of an assumption that we made that Hong Kong would be saving double time 2 as their last pick to close out the match. So very clearly, France finding that this map plays a lot better for them than we might have thought. It is going to be Vroom and Besta joining a Koro on this map, by the way. So at least a bit of a change in lineup, but I don't know. We'll see how this pick goes. We'll see how it goes. Yeah.
We're seeing RLC in for MCY4 on this pick. So my assumption that maybe one player on HK at least isn't really comfortable with the degree of strain in this one might be correct. We'll see how that plays out. If RLC can hold the same standard of play.
Early ACK lead over to France. Besta with just slightly better ACK than Dragbit 3 at the moment, about 1% up there, and about 1% up for either Ekoro or Vroom over Nazar right now. Make that a few percent. Does drop a string of hundreds for Nazar on that last longer frame. Besta with an early slider break though, and a miss afterwards. Okay, it is matched by Nazar. That is a very good timing on the matched miss for France. They do still have Vroom and Ekoro with high accuracy full combos. Dragbit 3 on a much lower ACK full combo than either of those players. So the score lead still will ever so slightly favor France unless Besta keeps finding these misses. And there's a miss on the stream for Ekoro exactly halfway through. No other misses for Hong Kong so far besides Nazar's earlier miss. And RLSC and Dragbit 3 looking fairly comfortable on the map overall.
Yeah, Koro last man standing for France. I feel like the map gets a bit easier in the second half as well, so don't feel very good about this for France.
I will have to see if a random miss comes out from RLSC. I think RLSC in particular have to miss. The highest ACK full combo for the side of Hong Kong really needs to drop right now for France to have any chance at bringing this pick home. But unfortunately, it seems like Besta is also just not having a good match because I'm not... You don't expect a player to go in on this pick for France and have the worst time on the map, right? You want to see a pick where all 3 players are really, really comfortable at this point in a match, and unfortunately, it just doesn't seem that way for France right now, despite the fact that Ekoro and Vroom are very, very good on this type of pick. Dragbit 3 and RLSC have the double full combo still intact for Hong Kong, And that is going to be more than enough at this point to secure a 5th point in a row. And match point for Hong Kong, just about ready to sweep.
As much as the performances from Ekoro and Vroom are up to par, I just don't understand this pick. Like, they clearly didn't have a third player for this. And I don't know why there would be an assumption that you'd be able to compete with Hong Kong on it. Yeah, I just don't know.
Yeah, it is definitely an interesting pick. I mean, you look at the scores on Double Time 4, and it was double FC once again from Hong Kong and like 770k from Dragbit 3. That is pretty much the same thing that happened here. You have a double full combo for Dragbit 3 and RLSC on this one with 500k from Nazar on the map. So you have very, very similar score lines for Hong Kong on this pick, which is exactly what we expected based on the type of map that each of them is, right? So definitely, I think, a rough pick for France to try to go into that one. And now Hong Kong up 5-0. Going to try and close it out here with the Hidden 1 pick. This is the Awkward Aim map in Hidden. They are 9.3 CS for BPM 210 for this one. A little bit bursty, this map, for 210 BPM Hidden 1. But then you do have a lot of really weird angled jumps and slider aim and kind of random stuff like that that does make it feel a little bit less like your typical Hidden 1 and more like something that is a little bursty, focuses a little bit on flow aim in this pick as well.
Yep. Well, it's now or never, France. They're gonna have to put up some very solid performances on this. I mean, Dragbit 3 is kind of just FCing or almost FCing every single map. France will need at least one player to match him.
Yeah, this has been a very, very tough match for France to play through, it seems like. Thunder, Musty, and Ekoro are very, very good hidden players, right? Like, these are 3 players who, on any one hidden map, you probably don't want to play against them on that map. They are all very, very good at this mod. I want to see them bring that same type of performance that most people recognize as their caliber of gameplay into this map. We do see Thunder and Ekoro hit the all red line, new comboed alt-T pattern there. Variable BPM stuff. Ekoro missing right afterwards, but
what was that?
But Thunder, at least the full combo is intact, right? So we do have a bit of a combo lead right now for France, and that is basically free combo over everybody else for Thunder right now. The longer he keeps up this particular combo, the more he gets to abuse that early combo lead.
Rather funny miss from Ekoro. I don't know what that was. Well, Thunder's still holding.
Musty missing on this flow aimy section. This is the kind of parts of the map where deviates a little bit from your usual Hidden 1 expected patterning, right? This is not an aim section in the traditional sense of the words. Not
supposed
jumping
to kind
at
of be
all.
the free combo section though, and Musty's the only person breaking on it. Really,
Yeah.
bit of a problem. Ekoro breaks also in the transition into the Ki. It is Thunder alone against 3 rather large combos, regardless of the fact that they are not FCs. Thunder has to hold to even keep France in this to have any shot.
Dragbit 3 does actually find a slider break okay for Hong Kong. Hibiki misses on the stream as well. So it is matched combos for Thunder and MCY4, ever so slightly favoring Thunder off the back of that early combo lead. Ekoro with some built-up combo as well after his most recent break does have a little bit of a combo advantage over Dragbit 3. So this is combo lead for France at the moment, despite how grim it was looking just a few seconds ago. Oh, that miss for Ekoro sucks, man.
Oh my god.
That is so tragic, actually. I mean,
that was Bancho?
oh, that was Bancho. Oh, okay, thank you.
Oh god, yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Like,
Okay.
I would have thought like Ikoro's actually having maybe one of the worst games he's ever had. Like, if that was an actual miss.
Musty definitely not having a good time on this map, by the way.
Yeah.
Just finding a few misses
Musty
here and
having
there, kind of all
a-
over the place. MCY4 drops the big combo, though, for Hong Kong. And
Oh.
that is... Oh, no!
Thunder
No!
breaks! Just as France is about to really start taking control of the map, Thunder breaks. It stays very even. Slight combo advantage on the side of Hong Kong, and given the fact that they have the slight lead as of right now, but Hibiki and Dragbit 3 break. Ikoro with the only combo of any significance with Musty breaking. France set to finally take a point, maybe. They have to hold out until the end of the map here, though. Ikoro breaks!
And Musty at the same time. They find more breaks for both of those members. Thunder needs to hold this combo. Maybe we see a drop from any of the members on the side of Hong Kong, and that does help keep it on the side of France. Hibiki and MCY4 do drop. So it is Dragbit 3 and Thunder matching combos. Musty and Ikoro do have some extra combo for the side of France. Nobody chain missed the ending? All right, I think we're safe at this point.
Yeah.
France finally going to be putting a point on the board. He said it was now or never. It is apparently now that they finally put a point on the board. It is still a pretty grim situation in this winners bracket semifinals match for them. Still down 1-5, but there will not be a clean sweep today for Hong Kong.
They truly got away with one here, though.
Yeah. That is...
Musty's having a real bad time. He is not. Like, all the combo breaks on the free combo section is just really not what you want to be seeing. Maybe a bit of an overperformance from Thunder. I don't know. I mean, typically I would expect Thunder to perform very well, but like in the context of this match, it's haven't seen. Thunder has been one of the better performers on freaking France this match, though. So.
I mean, we've just seen a lot of the members of France have a particularly poor match for their usual standards, right? And so it is still, I think, well within the realm of possibility that we just see Hong Kong win this next map and the match is over anyway. That was a very, very close point for France by about 55,000 score, so very solid from them to be able to pick that up. But this is still an uphill battle for them here. They are going to go with Nomad 3 as their next pick. Another ulti, flow-aimy sort of map. Boy, these teams really love their alt maps and low BPM flow aim today, don't they? That is basically all of the low BPM flow aim maps picked at this point by either team, unless you count Free Mod 2 as low BPM flow aim, which like it kind of is, like 110 BPM flow aim jumps.
Yeah,
it's kind of like that, right? But yeah, the alt map and Nomad now finally picked up by France. This was a custom map for the Corsace Open semifinals in 2020 and is, as the time period suggests, from 2020, kind of at the point where people are still favoring a lot of really heavy, almost low BPM streams, low BPM space stream sort of alt maps, but transitioning into some of that weird aim control wiggly type of stuff that you see a lot of the time nowadays, like we had in Free Mod 1, right? But this is largely going to be more similar to something like your Hidden 2, where you have a lot of just high spacing, low BPM streams is kind of the way it's described nowadays.
Quite a bit more comfortable, though. Obviously, either team ought to be able to put up a decent performance on this map, but I don't know, I'm feeling HK. Given how the match has gone, given the fact that I don't feel that the map is particularly difficult, I feel like it might be one of the easier maps in the pool. I just feel like, you know, consistency has very much been on the side of HK. If you wanted to throw a wrench in the works, I feel like you needed to pick maybe one of the harder maps. Not sure what the options for that would be, though, but we'll see. It combos across the board. Not much to speak of in this relatively slower section. Bit of a 1/3 section coming up, I believe.
Yeah, these are the 1/3 jumps into the first Ki, and this is largely still the free combo section until we get into that first Ki time. Everybody expected to hold on. So this is now the start of that first Ki time. We can see some breaks during this section, hopefully seeing, if you are rooting for a good close match between the two teams, hopefully seeing France pull out some good combos during the section. Vroom and RLSC trade breaks, so it is still 2 full combos for either team at the moment. Accuracy advantage on the side of Hong Kong, which is why you see the score lead on their side as well. Hifkill in particular down at about 95% right now. Into that second Ki time now. Hifkill with an early break in the second Ki. Vroom missing as well, and it is now only Thunder. Overperformed on the last map and is going to have to overperform on this one as well. Dragbit 3 matching the break from Hifkill on that full combo. If we see RLSC drop a second time or M2Y4 drop, no, it's going to be Thunder dropping instead on the side of France. And that is now full combo advantage for MCY4. 400 combo up for RLSC on either Thunder or Hifkill, excuse me. And yeah, this is now just Hong Kong running away with the score.
Already a pretty big lead, and 2/3 of the way through the map or so, and I think
it's done. I think it's done at this point.
I think it's done. I think HK is gonna put France down in a losers bracket 6-1.
Man, what a showing from Hong Kong. They really did show up today.
What a performance.
I mean, they had a very, very good match. This is not to, we've talked a lot about, I think, France not having a good mental day, not having a good overall match right now because we expect a lot more out of these players most of the time.
Yeah.
You expect them to perform very well, and I think a lot of them are probably going to be disappointed with the performance that they had today. Right, I mean, they've even been in chat talking about it as well, so this is no surprise to anybody who's been paying attention. But that's not to downplay the performance that Hong Kong has had during this match, because they have just absolutely popped off on basically every map. 800k on this from MCY4 is not a score to scoff at. This was in Corsace Open semifinals in 2020, right? Like, this is a very hard map. 800k on this pick is absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, very well played.
Yeah.
Very well-deserved win. At the end of the day, very well-deserved win. Hong Kong in winners bracket finals.
Top 3 after a really, really solid overall match here against France. Multiple maps with double full combos on them. Multiple picks where you had everybody above 500k and some 700ks for other players. Multiple picks where you saw pop-off carry performances from Dragbit 3 as the only FC on the map. I mean, just absolutely dominant performance from Hong Kong in this matchup. Is going to do it for us for now. We have one more match this weekend coming up. It is Brazil versus Germany in losers bracket. You could have easily seen that as a winners bracket matchup at the start of the tournament. But this is going to be a matchup in losers bracket for tournament life. For Brazil, the team we expected to be the favorite to win the whole thing, versus Germany, who have qualified in as second seed and trounced basically everyone except for Indonesia, who is now also in winners bracket finals alongside Hong Kong. So very, very good matchup between those two teams coming up in about an hour and 15 minutes or so. I think that's going to do it for us for now, though. Thank you very much for watching. Congratulations again to Hong Kong on a top 3 guaranteed finish in the 3-digit World Cup, and good luck to France in the losers bracket next week. Thanks to nautzz for casting alongside me, and we will see you all back here in about an hour and 10 minutes.
See you guys.
"そうもの里に目を覚まし